In the previous topic, we saw that schools in the 1800s were quite open about the fact that they were trying to produce a particular type of student who was modelled on the qualities of character that were considered desirable of a normal adult. Normal, of course, changes from place to place and over time. What is the model for the normal student in our world today? Where do you find this? Well, I can assure you, you will not find the blueprint of the model student sitting in any filing cabinet in a Department of Education. Nevertheless, schools do work to produce a particular type of student. What is the student like? One place we might look for this is on the websites and in the literature published by schools, where they will identify the qualities of character that they are trying to bring out in their students. The literature for my children's school is headed in bold letters by the words respect, responsibility, relationships, and rigour. For many sociologists of education, a good place to look for clues as to what the model normal student looks like is in the ways that schools and schooling are organised according to the fundamental categories of time and space. In one of the earlier topics, we noted that schools draw a distinction between a time and a place for play and a time and a place for work. We can elaborate on this here. With regard to time, we can note that the school year is broken up into holiday periods and terms, and that the school week is broken up into the time for school and the weekends. So there is a clear distinction between the time that you are in school and the time that you are out of school. Within the school day, there is a clear distinction between the start of school, your lesson times, recess, lunch, and getting out of school. And within each class itself, the lessons are organised according to a lesson plan, which gives you X amount of time for introduction, X amount of time for exposition, X amount of time for conducting an exercise, and finally a little bit of time to round up at the end. With regard to space, we can look at the school itself, which is a space set aside within a community specifically for the purposes of education. Within the school space, space is divided up according to function. You have classrooms, you have hallways, you have a hall, you have the playgrounds, you have your library, you have your science labs. Each one of them has a dedicated purpose. Within classrooms themselves, these are set up so that teachers can circulate. They can move among the students and remind them just what they ought to be doing at a given time. This table is on task. This table is a little bit noisy today, isn't it? There are very few spaces within schools that are free from supervision. Those that do exist, the toilets, perhaps the space behind the groundkeeper's shed, are considered to be dangerous and risky spaces precisely because they cannot be viewed easily. Through the organisation of school time and school space, students learn where they're expected to be and what they're expected to be doing at a given time, to be on time, on task, and make the most productive use of their time. What the expectations are for any given space, whether it's being quiet in a library, not running in the hallways. how to make the best use of their own time through doing homework, etc. And students also learn that if they waste time, they have to make it up on their own time. All this helps install the habits of the model normal student, one who is task-oriented, self-directed and self-disciplined, proficient and resourceful. These are the qualities of character that are often associated with the good person in a highly individualised culture, one that encourages us to see ourselves as the authors of our own good or bad fortune, to pat ourselves on the back if something good happens to us, and to kick ourselves in the pants if something goes wrong. This also serves as the model against which those who stand out, who either excel or fail to measure up, are defined.